The fuelmax and super fuelmax devices are magnetic frequency resonators. After installation of a fuelmax device on a fuel line, the frequency resonance generated by its powerful magnetic field will fracture the hydrocarbon chains in the passing fuel, causing the clusters of molecules to break apart, thus allowing the individual molecules to get more exposure to oxygen. This will lead to improved burning or combustion of the fuel. The fuel-saving process by the force of magnetic energy is well known among motorists. However, most have used only ferrite magnets or electromagnetics so far. fuelmax is a patented device that consists of a matched pair of two custom-sealed neodymium conductors. The effectiveness of the neodymium conductance is noticeable in the photographs under the microscope, where the molecules remain separated from each other only several hours after installation of the fuelmax on a fuel line. The fuelmax device was invented by Dr. Robert Kane, founder and president of Max Products USA, a company which has been innovating ecological environmental products for saving fuels for more than 30 years. The fuel-saving device fuelmax had its first run at the 4th Annual International Exhibition of Motorcycles in 2000 at the Prague Exhibition Grounds. The US-made product fuelmax was presented to the exhibition by Max Products USA. All visitors got a chance to see a demonstrative performance of the neodymium superconductors used in fuelmax by dropping a single superconductor through a copper pipe, and also received helpful information about magnetic resonance. Magnetic resonance makes fuel molecules separate and induce alignment. The neodymium causes the clusters of molecules to break apart, thus allowing the individual molecules to get more exposure to oxygen. This leads to improved burning or combustion of the fuel, resulting in fuel savings, an increase in mileage, and the generation of considerably less air pollutants. The graph illustrates the reduction of noxious gas deposits and emissions. The tests were carried out on a Honda Transalp motorcycle. The installation of the fuelmax unit is simple and requires no technical skills, no tools, and no cutting fuel lines. First, you locate the fuel supply line. One way to determine the fuel pressure line is to feel it. Under pressure, the line will be cooler when the engine is running. Secondly, align the fuelmax halves so as the side grooves are alike, and set the nylon tie through the grooves that have the tie retainer slot. This is to help to hold the tie in position while applying the fuelmax to the fuel line as a clamshell. Complete the installation by wrapping the tie completely around the fuelmax, making sure that the ties fit inside the side grooves. Finally, trim off excess tie. Maximum efficiency of the fuelmax will be shown after running about 2,000 kilometers. This time is very important for removing carbon deposits from the carbon chamber of the engine. Maximum efficiency is directly proportional to the fuel quantity being treated by fuelmax. In other words, engines with high capacity, trucks or buses for instance, need the so-called big set installation. It means that you have to install one fuelmax unit on each supply line leading to the injection pump unit, and a super fuelmax device before the injection pump.
A trucking firm was offered the fuelmax by Max Products USA to carry out fuel tests and determine savings. The device was tested on a Renault midliner vehicle, and after a month of use, the results were magnificent. The fuel saving was approximately 1.6 liters per 100 kilometers.
The emissions were also measured on this car. Before the installation of a big set, the measured value was 1.74. After running the recommended distance of 15 kilometers, another test was taken. The measured value of the emission decreased by 12% to a value of 1.56. The other vehicle tested was a Renault pickup. A stabilization of the engine was noticed shortly after the fuelmax installation. The measuring device recorded minimum variation during maximum engine speed in 4 consecutive measuring tests. After running 4,950 kilometers, the mileage has increased by 6%.
After installation of a fuelmax device on the fuel line of my Escort Felicia with a fuel injection system, I noticed fuel savings of 10%, and I run about 70 kilometers more per tank further.
There are 2 buses that were chosen to test the use of the fuelmax for emissions, as well as for increase in fuel mileage at Bus Transportation Company. After the standard installation of a big set, we set out for a test run.
I have a feeling that it needs to gear up. It asks for 5th gear.
Did you shift to 5th gear?
Yes, I did.
We installed the fuelmax on the fuel line of our bus carousel and carried out tests. The results are available for everybody.
After the installation of a big set on bus carousel 735, gas mileage increased by 4.8%. High-capacity bus B941 showed an improvement in mileage by reducing by 3.5 liters of fuel consumption per 100 kilometers. After installation of the fuelmax device on the supply line leading to the carburetor of an ultralight airplane, the other parameter of the fuelmax was verified. Engine power increased. The highest engine speed was measured before installation of the fuelmax device. The tests determined speed loss at a specific moment. The loss was reliably removed by the installation of the fuelmax. The installation of fuelmax led to an increase of 30 propeller speed revolutions, which considerably improves the engine power.